You know, it wouldn't be a reactions line if I didn't plug themusicnerd.com. That's right. You can go to themusicnerd.com and find out exactly what's going on over there. There's so much stuff going on. But I must say, tonight is brought to you by lots and lots of wine. So really, it's drunk reactions line tonight. Wouldn't you agree? Or
Very
my drunk reactions line. We'll be back shortly, starting in just a few minutes. Very late, very live, and very all over the place. We'll talk to you very shortly. See you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Reactions Line, a very drunk reactions line. In fact, to ensure that we have a very drunk reactions line tonight, Thomas, I'm going to top you up. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest for tonight's drunk reaction line is no other than my former housemate and wonderful good friend, Mr. Thomas Dane. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me aboard.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It is Tuesday night, and yes, we are drinking very fine wine on this wonderful Tuesday night. What is it, the 30th of May?
3 days left in media for me. So
Hang on. Are you moving to another media job, or is it completely out of media for good?
Telecommunications. Yeah.
So 12 years in
magazines. It's been fun.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of changes over
particularly in 12 years.
Over the 12 years. For me, I started what was called ACP magazines.
Yep.
Back in the day when Kerry Packer used to roam around the building.
The infamous Kerry Packer.
The big fella.
What was that show that they did a kind of, I want to say it's a documentary, but it kind of may have been a bit more of a mockumentary.
It was...
Almost.
What was it?
Packer? Was it just called Packer?
No, it was Paper Giants.
Paper Giants.
Paper Giants.
Cheers to Paper Giants.
Paper Giants. So that was...
It's going to be a long show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Looking at the wrong camera and everything.
That was a mockumentary about the birth of Cleo magazine.
With Ita, I believe.
With Ita Buttrose, yes. I'm like, those were the glory days.
Yeah.
I started just as the print magazine industry had started declining, and I'm like, at the time that I started, it was all about, okay, we see this all the time. It's sales are going to start coming back, but it never really did. So, over the last 11, 12 years, it's just kind of
Gone nowhere.
Gone nowhere. And
well, I mean, we lived together in a very interesting time in print media, and when we were talking about, bringing the physical print media into the digital realm. You had, I think it was a viewer app that you guys had over there.
You got a good memory.
I do.
We canned that.
But that's a great concept. It was, you buy a physical media, you hold the device over, all of a sudden, extra content.
Augmented reality.
Yeah. Ahead of its time. That was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
Oh, well, I wouldn't say it was ahead of its time. It was
on time.
It was on time. There were other media players out there that were doing that and probably doing it better than what we were doing. But full credit to us, for doing it, for trying.
Yeah. Particularly in a difficult market, which is Australia. So probably should set the scene. Tonight's topic is really the current state of media. I should change it into something a little more appropriate, probably the drunk state of media. But I mean, it's a conversation surrounding media and where it's going.
Yeah.
Not opening the phone lines tonight. You can actually call in and leave a voicemail. Oh, someone's left a voicemail now.
Or email.
You can email that. Let me put up the little thing.
What's the email?
I don't know. There's an email.
Reactions line at...
Probably. It's probably this one here. If I actually switch over, look at that. You can call in now and leave a voicemail, as you see on the number there, or you can email in reactionsline@gmail.com. I can see someone has left a voicemail, so let's double check all my routing because, I typically forget to do things. And let's have a listen to this voicemail.
Hi, Steph. Not sure if this is your phone. It's Karen. Give me a call. Okay. Hope you're well. Bye.
Well, hi, Karen. It's not Steph here, but it's Adrian here. I'm happy to take your call anytime on that number, 02-8002-1759. Not the Steph hotline, but the...
Call us back.
Call us back. I should find out who's that number that wasn't giving a call. That's anonymous. What is the name? But you can call that number on the screen. The number's, around. You should be able to find that one out. We have some people commenting already. Slight delay on audio. Of course there's a slight delay on audio because reasons. I don't know. This is my drunk reactions line. This is not your regular reactions line, ladies and gentlemen. This is the more confused one. I don't know. Cheers. See, welcome to the reactions line. I see all the people joining. Damn it, you've made me... Thanks, Nat. I'm going to have to go and watch it now. Just hold on 2 seconds. We'll have a quick little watch. Cheers, see, welcome to the... It's fine. My drunk brain says it's fine. If you want to call that number again, it is 02-8002-1759. Please leave a voicemail because we're going to rattle on, and just adding more sober people or drunk people to the mix is not going to work tonight.
Ask us questions.
Ask questions. I see that we've already had Thomas, the other Thomas, reach in and say that invited the wrong Thomas around for drinks. Thomas was on here the other night talking about the current state of NBN a not so drunken state, unlike us tonight.
Well, we've had drinks since, 7 o'clock?
We have been smashing it tonight. This is our very long overdue catch-up.
Yeah.
So... throw our reactions line show in to kind of do it. Nat's saying the delay is fine news. Amadeus says it's fake news. No, this is complete
fake news.
And utter true news.
This is my insights, my opinions, and my experiences.
Totally, but we will touch on fake news. I think fake news is the topic that they're trying to suggest.
Yes.
As you can tell, it's a very, very crazy night tonight. Renee Dobby is drunk. Yes. And Brad says that the audio is fine. Why am I doing this?
Sweet.
What is this? So I found everything's fake, Amadeus. So I found out this is apparently like universal language for, hey man, everything's sweet. We sweet.
Yep.
Back to media, fake news. So I touched on this the other night. And this is something that you obviously know a little bit about. We see the whole grassroots media movement where, for example, this show is a bit of a grassroots media movement, very drunken grassroots media outlet where I'm able to speak about what I feel is going on and kind of get, I guess industry experts in to have a chat, right?
Yeah.
Whereas there are media organizations who are constructing these pseudonyms, so fake me's, to present fake news to the masses to try and change an opinion and change a direction on things. Have you seen much of this astroturfing as it is?
I can't say I have. I'm like, I guess I've had blinkers on for, quite a while. So I'm like, I've focused
12 years in the print media world.
Focus on, the big players out there. I'm like, fake news obviously does exist. And I feel like it's these small guys that, I'm like, they are, creating something to sway people's opinions. And this is where I'm like, I'm, going to fly the flag for traditional media, because traditional media, I'm like, they don't always get, the news completely 100% accurate, but they are trying to, obviously get the right information out there. And
I mean, it's a school of journalism, isn't it? It's about how do you holistically represent what's going on and present that in a media that people can consume.
Yeah. So I'm like, traditional media, however I want to say it,
3 days. Okay.
We for the next 3 days, we want ourselves to be known as the trusted source. Trusted source in whatever we do. So, whether it be news or whether it be opinions and advice to I guess the community out there, we want to be that trusted source. So, and that's where I guess we hope that people will still cling to us, because you have all this noise out there in the out there in the
social
internet
media world.
Yeah, in the social media world, that if you've got this trusted source, bang, I'm just going to go to that trusted source. That's what I know. Because I'm like, for me personally, I always read, SMH or something like that.
Yeah.
So I know that,
For those of you who are not educated, I recently learned that Sydney Morning Herald.
Yeah.
That's sorry, I'm still new to this as well.
Yeah. So Sydney Morning Herald, they've been around for, a very long time. They are, a little bit biased. But for the most part, they are, quite unbiased. And yeah, I guess,
how do they? This is the $1 million question. Is how do they make that transition to social media, where you've got your Snapchats, you've got your Instagrams, you've got your Facebook, where the people in our generation, the 30s and 40s and 20s and kind of that 20 to 40 range, I guess you could say, that's where we consume most of our media. I mean, look, Elle and I are a great example. We don't even turn on the TV.
Yeah.
Our media is consumed by people going, hey, have you seen this? Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Which, as we talked about recently, and Thomas Holsworthy, I get it wrong every time. Thomas Holsworth, I gotta say Holsworthy. We talked about this offline the other day, is that social media has algorithms behind it that kind of shapes what you see on your timeline.
Yeah, and it pushes, certain things out to everyone's own timeline.
Which is kind of scary, because, I would like to have a more globalistic view towards everything. And it's a shame to kind of see that targeted media. Let's see what rallies people along. A couple other things come in. The trusted and sourced. That's right, you have the trusted and sourced media with you tonight on Reactions Line, which we need more wine for.
But yeah, well, like in terms of social media, the way that I guess the trusted media uses social medias as a way to as that touch point to get to people reading their stuff and delve into the rest of their content.
So if I'm sitting on social media, do you know of a way, or if you see a fake, something you think is fake, how do you fact check that? I may have a secret answer lying in my sleeve.
How do you fact check it? I'm like, this is the danger of fake news. Is that once it gains that little bit of traction, everyone buys into it. I'm like, I've been guilty of that before as well.
Well, do I have something for you tonight, Thomas? It's a little website called Snopes.com, and I should work out how to share my screen. It is a wonderful website which allows you to check the validity of anything that you have coming up. Let me find the right Duvwacky.
There we go.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Let me just adjust it and adjust it.
Right.
There it is. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Snopes.com. Snopes.com? S-N-O-P-S.com. I'll drop it in all the things. Hang on. Drop it in all the reactions. A little bit slower tonight. Amy Cross says, how about you Google it? Google it. It's like Googling, but with B's instead of G's. We can see some people joined in there. See some people joined. If you want to actually watch us in better quality, go to YouTube. And then you got to search it. It's too much hassle. Just stay here. Yes, tonight is the drunken current state of media. In fact, hold on a second. The drunken state of media. All right, so we're looking the wrong way, but that's fine. So Snopes is this wonderful website where you can go and check out news. So, man pricked by hypodermic needle while using a gas pump.
That sounds fake.
Sounds fake. An incident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old email hoax.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you can find out very quickly if it's real or not. It's a wonderful website. So if you ever wanted to see some of the fake news, and if there's something out there that you believe strongly may be fake news, send it through to us. We'll check it out live on air.
Yeah.
Why not?
Never heard of this website.
I found out of it from some American compadres on a recent project, and I was like, "This is pretty cool." Hey, we've got voicemails. Ha! That's right. You can call that number that's on the screen right there, 02-8002-1759, and leave a voicemail. Here is a voicemail from someone probably soberer than us.
Hello, this is your drunk partner calling. Just wanted to let you know that I was watching television the other day, and I don't normally watch TV, and I was just astounded at the level of advertising. Coming back to television after having not watched it for maybe 10 years, I felt like it was like 90% advertisements, which was a bit jarring, having, previously watched, online sort of content. The level of advertising was just astounding. So, yes, just another topic for you to have to think about. Bye.
There you go. The drunk partner has called in and tested the lines for me. I love that she does that. Advertising.
Advertising. Okay. So traditional media relies on advertising.
Why?
Because there are a lot of overheads, there are a lot of costs to cover.
Why? Sorry, I'm not going to be that guy.
Because you got to pay people like me.
Yeah. So hang on, your role was in strategic analysts of
more like essentially sales analytics, to analyze the sales and give direction to the editors of the magazines and the publishers. So. More like essentially that's what it was. But in terms of advertising, I'm more like, if you stripped away all the advertising, then the only way that the people that make the content can make money is through buying a magazine, buying a subscription,
which we're seeing with the things like Patreon, patreon.com/reactionsline, where people can go and buy into a media outlet. Effectively, what we're doing here is a quasi-media outlet, and people can pay to support this directly.
Yeah.
It's no longer relying on advertising. If you haven't noticed, there is no advertising, except for themusicnerd.com, which is my own thing anyway. Like, it's not a real advertising thing. But otherwise, you'd see pop-up ads and, you'd see all those inline ads, which I don't want to subject anyone to. So there's a change in media in that way.
There is. Just touching back to the whole advertising
Sorry,
thing.
I'm drunk.
The traditional media appeals to the broader community. The I guess, new media is very niche, very focused. So your passion is photography.
Yeah.
So you will pay for content about photography.
Completely.
Whereas this is all about reaching
Scattergun.
Scattergun.
So scattergun versus sniper.
Yeah, reaching the big masses out there, and I'm like I guess that's the only way that the traditional media can do it, because if you don't put in the money to have that production value, then you don't get the eyeballs on it. If you don't get the eyeballs on it, then you don't get the advertising dollars to support. So it's a vicious cycle.
It is. And look, that's something that I've seen a lot. And I've been doing kinds of crazy stuff around webcasting for years in my personal and professional life. And in my personal life, it's this whole passion of, well, how do I broadcast niche information and niche markets, particularly the musician side of me appeals to that. And it's really difficult to find a business model that fits that.
Yeah.
And watch this space. There's stuff coming in that I'm working with some people on. But, for the general media outlet to have a niche market, you want to make sure that they keep coming back and you're providing them the content.
You've also got to remember that, in terms of TV, traditional TV is running 24/7. So they, the ads that you see in their big shows support the small shows. So it's kind of like Foxtel.
Yeah.
You buy, the only way to get Foxtel is by spending, a minimum of $50 or whatever it is, and you get all this rubbish, all these channels that you never watch.
But they support the rest of the show. They support the Game of Thrones. They support,
So basically, what Foxtel do is they package all these different channels. So they're buying the rights to all these different shows, and they say, okay, you have to buy $50 packages as a minimum, and so that $50 supports all of Foxtel.
But we're seeing the change.
Yeah.
We're seeing this Netflix. We're seeing the stands. We're seeing those come out, which are like, hey, we know that you only want a small segment of this.
Yeah.
And they're taking a very different approach rather than scattergunning, which let's take a touch on the technology. So your Foxtels, your Ozstars, your free-to-air television networks, they are a one-to-many broadcast.
Yeah.
And no matter what people are interested in, they watch whatever they're sending out. With the advent of IPTV and particularly video streaming, it's now I watch what I want when I want.
Yeah.
So I'm all of a sudden I'm not needing to buy the rights. Pardon me. Welcome to wine. As a quasi network. I keep using quasi. It's my favorite thing at the moment. Quasi network. I don't no longer have to go and buy all the rights to this show for 100,000 people, to sport for 100,000 people, to movies for 100,000 people. I can go, I know that my audience, this guy and this subset of these people are going to watch Game of Thrones. And that's all they're going to pay for. So, hey, I can tell you, media owner, I'm going to put this out to 22,000 people.
But Netflix is not just one show. It is very similar to the Foxtel model, except the difference is that it allows you to watch whatever you want, whenever you want.
Yeah, but from a media acquisition point of view, you're not having to say, oh, well, I've got, 100,000 people who have subscribed to the service. I can go, I know exactly how many people are watching this show. I know that I have got 20. You know what? Instead of me paying you 10 cents per view, I'm going to pay you 25 cents per view, but I'm going to guarantee you exactly how many views I'll pay that as they come in and watch. And I think that's a really clever a really clever change, thanks to technology, that's allowed us to go, hang on a second, I'm not guessing how many people are watching this. I know exactly how many people are watching this,
Yeah.
and I can deliver you more money, bang for your buck.
Yeah. And this
Whether
is,
that makes more money or not, the end game of things is
Yeah.
entirely up
and
to
it's
the thing.
it's yeah it's very difficult to it's getting harder to make make more money in media these days. If you look back in the
the heyday.
50s, right?
Yeah.
What forms of media did you have?
Yeah,
Radio,
newspapers.
newspaper. Did you have TV
No, I
back
didn't
then?
have TV, I don't think. When did TV come up?
No, the 60s or something like that. Yeah,
Yep.
thereabouts. But yeah, so you had 3 sources of media.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll come back to those things. There's some cool things that have just popped in. Yeah.
And as time's gone by, everything's become a lot more fragmented.
Oh, yeah. Fragmentation. I was going to talk about that.
Yes.
Yep.
So what you're seeing now is that as a consumer, as a everyday consumer, you've got so many different things just vying for your attention.
Yep.
I'm like, you're on Facebook, you're on your phone, you're on Facebook, you're scrolling through, you see something, you read it, and then that's it. You get moved to the next thing. Whereas back in the day, you would have, switched on the TV, switched on a channel, and you would stay on that channel for a few hours.
Wow. Yeah.
Now, and that's where the heyday of TV was, where they had your attention.
They got you sucked in.
They
you're
got you
watching.
sucked in, and you're watching all the different ads.
Yep.
Now it's like, I'm like, yes, you have all these eyeballs,
Yep.
on like a certain like channel or whatever like that. But when it comes to the ad breaks, you've all of a sudden you're not competing. You're all of a sudden competing against people's phones, people's iPads,
Which is interesting. So some people have mentioned here as well. Renee Dobby, thank you so much. I'll touch on this because it ties in perfectly. What's with ads popping up halfway through YouTube videos these days? Advertising is getting beyond ridiculous. But that's targeted. That's looking at your AdSense. If you haven't done a Google AdSense thing, Google have this amazing platform called AdSense. It works out what you click on and blah, blah, blah.
everything that you search on Google, they know.
Very targeted.
Yeah.
Very
So
targeted.
they use what you search to target ads for you.
So that's why Facebook's free, is because the data that we generate is worth it to them to sell to advertisers.
Exactly.
It's a crazy world.
And that's how it works. I'm like, people think that things come for free. No, they don't.
No,
it's
there's a
all,
cost.
It's all masked in a certain way. It's like you sign up to you put your email to to sign up and get access to certain content. They've got your details. They can now communicate to you.
Oh, I see that you'd like to buy all this stuff from our store. How about you sign up and become a member and we'll give you 10% off?
Yeah.
That 10% you're still paying for in data.
Yeah.
Like you're paying your data and what you buy pays for that 10%.
Yeah.
And it's valuable to them because then they can market directly to you.
Yeah. A little bit off topic, so the Flybuys and the Woolworths rewards cards, you think that you're getting, a great deal by, racking up the points.
You've just given them an ID that they can track everything you do with.
Yep. Every time that you swipe that card, they know what you've bought. They know your behavior to then...
Did you hear that great story? I think it was 10 years ago where Target was doing targeted advertising, where they started marketing to this 17-year-old girl. Hey, congratulations on your pregnancy. Here's some pregnancy stuff you want to do. And the father got the shits and wrote to them. And basically by the stuff that she was buying from Target indicated to them that she was pregnant. She didn't know she was pregnant. Her father didn't know she was pregnant, but it turned out she was pregnant.
Wow.
Because of this,
I do vaguely remember hearing that.
I'll have to find out where it is. I will take it a little different direction. We've got a couple of things as well. Facebook videos. Danielle's saying Facebook videos now have ads right in the middle of them as well, which is quite fascinating. thanks to themusicnerd.com for all of the wonderful advertising support that we do. And I think that's something that's really fascinating is Facebook now have ads right in the middle of them. But the thing that's actually serious about this is not whatever, whenever. Stan has different to Netflix. Amy, thanks so much for your comment. In Australia, every region in the world has different media controls and who buys and sells, and it's literally this auction of game. Start
Game
again.
of auction.
It's a game of auctions. You buy and barter. So say you're Netflix and say I'm Stan. I've got one show and you've already secured the rights to that one. Oh, that's a real shame. Well, I'll get this other show and then you can't have it.
Yeah.
So it's trying
rights, yeah.
It's exclusive rights. It's trying to prevent a monopoly. It's part of the Australian what is it? Consumer Law Commission thing to prevent monopolies, whatever the fuck they are.
Yeah, media ownership law and stuff.
That's the one. Yeah, if you have several bottles of wine and a lot of time, it's a read.
But yeah, look, Facebook. Facebook do have ads midway through, and unfortunately, I'm like,
Sorry. Do you want to read Thomas's comment? Facebook now has ads in the middle of ads. It's so true.
I'm like, look, ultimately, they're a business.
Yeah.
They're here to make money.
Stop it, Thomas. Promoted content barging its way into promoted content. It's bizarre.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, Facebook is a business, is a very, very smart business. They make a boatload of money, and I'm like, they've got this highly engaged audience. Why not monetize it?
Yeah.
No,
it's exactly right.
Like, if you were in their shoes, you'd do the same thing.
Dude, I think it's... Look, as a small business... If I was a small business owner, not as a small business owner, I am a small business owner of sorts, but I work for a company full-time, so small business isn't my full-time gig. If I was doing my small business as a full-time gig, day in, day out, man, I'd be all over Facebook for targeted advertising because I know it's going to get in front of the people who are, I don't know, actually interested in my product, actually interested in my service.
Yeah.
As opposed to, this scattergun approach, which we talked about earlier, where you're trying to appeal to the masses. I do implore you, if you do have time, and Elle touched on this in her voicemail, is, go out there and have a look at what traditional media is doing in broadcast, and you watch, oh, this is a girl ad. Oh, this is a boy. This is a boy ad. Oh, this is targeting the tech in the family. This is targeting the person who has no idea of tech in the family. It's very clear to us now because we're so used to specific, exact, targeted advertising that's derived directly to us. Wow, this wine's good. Whereas, traditional media has this more broad approach to try and appeal to more people.
To everyone.
And it's a fascinating thing to watch ads and just go, what is going on here?
It's like, I don't care about this,
Yeah.
But when you're getting, completely targeted ads through, whether it be Facebook or YouTube, like for the most part, they're, pretty close to what, you'd be interested in.
Yeah, totally.
Like, the number of times I get...
Is that a bad thing? Are we seeing... is it 1984 or 1982's... what's the book? 1982, 1984? Comment below, 1982 or 1984, because I can't remember for the life of me. And I'm getting told to ease up on the wine. No! This is my drunk show tonight, my drunk reactions line. It's my drunk line. Have we got any more voicemails? Come on, people, you can call that number just below and leave us a voicemail.
Or email.
Or email, you can do it. Hang on, point to it. So I've forgotten how to point now.
over there.
0280021759 or down here, reactionsline@gmail.com. Please send it through. 1984. Thank you, Basil. Thank you, Burger. Thank you, Danielle. Wow, you can now see the latency by the time we say things, by the time it comes back.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, it's 1984! Why are you taking so long to respond? We are...
Keep them coming through.
Yes, I am drinking up, Renee. That's how long it took from the time you pushed enter to the time that I actually started drinking was straight away. But
Wow.
Anyway, you'll see. We're looking at the replay now and it's like, oh my God, it's so far away.
Yeah. But yeah, look, I'm like, media is changing. It's going to continue to change, and it's going to be a lot more personalized in the future. All this data that we're giving to these companies is creating a much more personalized, much more personalized content,
which is great. In the grand scheme of things, is great. Are we seeing though? Pixar's up. Are we seeing that? That it's so targeted. Hang on, just let me find the video. It's much easier.
Pixar.
Yeah, Pixar.
Yes.
Oh, are we seeing this state of people and hopefully? Oh no, I don't want that to happen. Come on, technology. I'm so bad at technology when I'm drinking. Well, I'm not, but I am. But whatevs.
Oh, you just gave them free ad.
Are we seeing? No, it didn't come through. So are we seeing this media of where people are like, oh, you now want this, you now want that? This is targeted advertising to the extreme. This is a play on what is, Jesus Christ, it's quite intense. But this is what we're seeing now in our kind of, it's over the top. But the whole idea that anything can change in an instant and it's very
it's good and it's scary.
Try blue.
Can you imagine in 20 years time having complete customized, personalized advertising to you? At the moment it's still a little bit off, but in 20 years time you're going to have completely personalized advertising, and just it popping up like as you're walking down the street. As you walk by a shop, it's like, hey, we've got a sale on something that you might like.
Well, I've seen some interesting technology in the digital media, in the digital signage space, where they literally, as I said, Facebook is free because we pay for it with our data, right?
Yeah.
So there are platforms out there that allow you access to Facebook's data where they can share things about you. Every photo you put up there, it's free for them to use and do whatever they want to do with it. The scary part of the technology demo that I saw is I walked up to a kiosk, it found my face, it went, here's your top 5 friends, created a facial composite of what those 5 people would look like stitched together. This is all within 30 seconds. And presented that person selling me a product that I was actually interested in.
Holy crap.
And it's like, that's scary. That's amazing. I'm going to drop off social media for a while. And it's this, sorry, I've lost a wheel. For those of you who don't know, if you noticed before, I nearly fell off my chair. It's because I've lost a wheel. If you want to donate to reactionsline.com,
Reactions
for patrons, patreon.com/reactionsline, you can buy me a new chair. So, we are seeing this place where it's already happening. We already have the technology enabled to do it. We already have high-speed internet. It's the way we're doing this show and so on and so forth. And you've heard me rave on about it before. It's scary to think that, Google had this whole idea where they were going to basically give away phone services for free. But they would take every single word that you're saying and use that to target advertise to you in your email address.
Yeah.
So it is this thing. I implore you, if you can, go out and buy a device. I mean, as much as Apple is the megalomaniac that they are, they try to do the right thing. They don't try to advertise to you. They keep your data secure on your phone. They can't get it. People have worked out how to hack it, but they've done that external to Apple and external to the governments and all of that. Right. Let's check back in with it, what people have been saying. Jesus.
Google just launched Google Personal.
Ooh.
What's Google Personal?
Don't know. We'll check it out online very drunkenly. It's like the face back when face back. It's like the back on your face. Yeah. It's like the Facebook when you tag it and it already knows the faces. It freaks you out. Oh, that's just facial recognition. Yeah. That's Apple have been doing that for years, but on the device itself, which is actually quite cool. Holy shit, Elasticsearch, Basil. Have you seen Elasticsearch? fucking incredible. Typical database searches, I was getting really nerdy really quick. Typical database searches, say you've got like 1 million records you've got to go through and search for something, will take about 10 milliseconds. Elasticsearch allows you to do it in 0.01 of a millisecond. It's fucking incredible.
Jeez.
Yeah, anyway, that's not what we're doing. We're having a look at Google Personal, and let's make sure we've got this up here.
Make you use Google even more than you already do.
Google Ads Personal. Okay, Assistant.Google? No,
No.
that's Google Assistant. Okay, I'm just going to go into a thing. This source is from theindependent.co.uk. Google Personal will make people use Google even more than they already do. This feature could give the company greater insight into our interests and daily lives. Google has launched a new feature. Shh, ads. I don't like ads. Look at this.
Take your mouse off it.
I have. Probably because I'm streaming. But I don't want sound. So I'm going to open it and shut it up.
there.
There we go.
There we go.
Go away. Thank you, Navy, Army, Air Force. The company added a new Personal tab to its search page, which is designed to make it easier to track down your own content. Personal is only available when you've logged into your Google account. The results are taken from other Google services like Gmail and Google Photos.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And scary.
If you search for London, Google will show its regular list of blah, blah, blah. At the top of the page, you can select Match News, and immediately to the right, there's more where you can select the Personal tab. Selecting Personal will take you to another page. It looks very similar to Google's standard search page, but shows a list of items in your agenda that are related to London. And your own photos, pictures taken in London, the Gmail. Oh, that's cool.
Scary.
That's cool. Huh. Okay, I'm going to switch that off for a second, and let's have a look and see if that comes up on mine. What are we going to search for? Let's go music. That's a fairly safe thing. Is it actually in here? No, I do not have it. Am I signed in? I'm not signed in.
You're signed in.
Okay. No, I've got to do this on my other account. That's using the reactions line account. By the way, if you want to call in, leave a voicemail 02-8002-1759 or email.
Leave a Facebook comment.
Yeah, Facebook comment, whatever. It all happens. I don't even use Google anymore. I miss the Google page. It's a fun thing. Now sign me in, baby. Yeah, I'm not doing any of this so people can see. Let's go. What did I just say? Music. So let's switch back to my results. Okay, we now share the screen.
Sydney Live Music.
Holy shit, it exists. Personal.
Huh.
On your agenda, only you can see this result. You have an info related to Google and you can see the result. Understood. Yamba Country Music Club. It's an old thing I've left in my thing. Got it. What have I got in Gmail? Come on. Mush. Got it. Come on, we've got fast internet here. Oh, wow. All my emails that I don't want to show people. Fantastic. That's kind of cool. So all of a sudden, you're not just using Google.
Do you want to close that?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All of a sudden, no longer. Oh my God, that's so meta. So you, let me explain. Google traditionally used to find information about things, right? All of a sudden, it's now used to search your own personal information, your own personal Google. Makes sense why it's called Google Personal. I don't know about your parents, but my parents will typically go to Google to search for Facebook or to search for Gmail and then go, oh, look, this is a traditional non-digital native way of using the internet. Yes, digital native, a very fascinating thing. Where they go, I want to go to Gmail. And then all of a sudden they have to click on Gmail top. That's a very traditional way of a non-digital native. We're digital natives, by the way, using Google to search for things. Fascinating. Thank you so much, Thomas. What an interesting side note.
What else we got?
Whoa.
Searching for a former colleague and his contact came up on my... Oh.
Thought something was odd today. I was searching for a former colleague and his contact mobile number came up from my Gmail contacts list. Oh, yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
That's part... I'm guessing you've got an Android phone then, Basil. That's something that happens. Once you've got your Gmail account linked to that baby, it comes up, which is actually quite awesome.
Augmented...
Hey,
billboard.
Gareth Jones has joined. Woo! Welcome to my drunken reaction line. Google is my friend. Thank you, Amy. I'm so glad that he's your friend and you have a wonderful relationship with that thing personally. Personal thing. Augmented billboards, which we just talked about, and I've been left another mail. Oh, God, I have. Here we go.
Voicemail.
Stand by. Another voicemail for tonight. Let's have a listen, shall we?
1984, 1984. Also, that burp mid-sentence was just repulsive. Anyway, your wife calling again.
They fell off my chair again.
You were talking about gendered advertising, and
Yes.
I am sometimes surprised and disappointed with
Disgusted.
the reactions of some of the young children who I teach who are still caught in that, oh, that's a girl's toy, that's a boy's toy mentality. And, it's just shocking that they still think that way in this day and age. So, obviously the advertising is still, working. Gendered advertising and gendered marketing is still a huge thing. And I know it sells a lot more than just having one product for everybody. But I'm shocked that it's still a thing. Bye now.
I mean, it shows the efficacy of, it's the right way of pronouncing it too, the efficacy of certain types of advertising, gender stereotype advertising. And my shout out to the LGBTQIA community out there who don't necessarily have traditional gender associations. But still, by and large, the traditional gender stereotypes still work. You look at the same product for hair product for men. My favourite part is how bloody expensive male skincare is. I don't know if you've noticed this, but like a traditional, like normal face wash stuff, Elle and I found two that were exactly the same. I think it was Nivea or Dove. And it's like exactly the same product. It was $4 more expensive for the male one that was in charcoal grey versus the one in white that smelt very similar.
I had this discussion with Danny a little while ago, and she said the opposite, that the men's product was cheaper.
Was it face wash? Danny, you can call in right now, 02-8002-1759, or send an email at reactionsline@gmail.com, or even just message through.
Just message me.
No, you messaged through on something before. Whoa. Correct. Yes, it's going on to say cartoon advertisement is still targeted. Dear Lord.
What?
Oh, God. This is getting very difficult to do. Skip tracing industries make great use of public personal information. Talking private investigators, debt collectors. Interesting. There are some shadier information brokers out there making interesting use of various databases that he's aware of.
I'm like, look, in the end, you got a database, you're going to sell it.
Oh, man. Well, hang on. Speaking of selling databases, Dick Smith went under.
Yeah.
Dick Smith Electronics, which
Kogan.
sold... Did Kogan buy it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I didn't know that. Well, let's be honest. Dick Smith Electronics was gone years ago to Woolworths or Wesfarmers or whatever you want to call them.
Wesfarmers, yeah.
It was so funny. The biggest problem that Dick Smith Electronics had when they were kind of going through liquidation is selling their database. No one wanted it. Everyone wants JB Hi-Fi's database. They don't want Dick Smith Electronics. So Kogan bought it. That's very interesting. It's a very clever move. But yeah, if you've got data, man, people want to buy it.
Yeah.
They at the end of the day, whether it's nefarious or not, the whole idea that you can better target the people who are interested in your product, that's a good thing.
Not better target, but I'd like to say better communicate. Because that's essentially what they're doing.
Yep, totally exactly what they're doing. It's like what we're trying to do tonight, except with alcohol.
Yeah. We've been going on for almost an hour.
I think we have. Look, you know what? I'm going to change the screen to that one there. If you don't know the number to call in, too bad. It's 02-8002-1759. I know the number, or reactionsline@gmail.com. But you can't see it anymore. So I've said it hopefully a little bit too fast, despite being rather drunk on, what is tonight's drink? Tonight's Taylor's Cab Sav from the Clare Valley 2015. It's been wonderful. If you're curious about it at all, is it going to focus up? Probably not. Yeah, ish. It'll make us very dark, and then the auto exposure will kick back in. Well, Thomas, I think we've covered quite a lot of data. Oh, here we go. No, people are still talking.
I read an article that said the female targeted beauty products were more expensive.
I'm wrong. I'm happy to be wrong.
Yeah. I mean, actual versus media reported are two different things. What?
The actual thing. So I thought it was the male products were more expensive. I think it was in that particular subset of brands. Usually it's the other way around. But there you go. Absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Basil. Appreciate your comment. And who liked that? Is that Eleanor liking things?
Yeah.
Of course it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Thomas, that has been a hell of a lot of fun. I think we've hit the pretty much 40-something minutes.
50 minutes, yeah.
That's enough. Oh, yes! Thomas Holsworth, exactly right. Let's go Snopes it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to my favourite website of the last 15 minutes. If I can find the right scene that has the right thing on it. No. Oh, I know exactly how I want to end tonight's show, though. Okay.
Male gender? Maybe put in gender or something like that.
Maybe.
Beauty product.
Gender price. No idea. Oh, Lego advocated gender equality in toys in 1974. Huh. All these kind of facts.
But everyone loves Lego.
God, I love Lego. Except when it's in my foot. It's too hard, too drunk. Yes. Oh, God. Snopes it. Yeah, I mean, it's like $1 or something either way for the male or the female product line. Now, I have this idea of how I'd like to end tonight's show.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can pull it off. So leave it with me. I think we've had a good conversation about a hell of a lot of things. It's been fun having wine to do this show.
Yeah. And, like a closing statement from me is...
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Current state of media is changing. It's going to get more fragmented. You're going to find it a lot more difficult to find what you want. And it's, I'm like, it's going to get a lot more interesting,
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
It's going to get way more interesting. I don't know how it's all going to happen. You haven't worked out how we're going to end this show, have you?
No.
Yeah, so let's see what happens with the future with... oh, that's a shame. I clicked the wrong thing. Did the wrong thing, which I tend to do from time to time. Yeah, let's see how it happens. And, hopefully we'll do another reactions line at some point in the not-too-distant future, which shows how we're going to see the media change. For those of you who are wondering how we're actually going to end the show tonight, I'd like to introduce you to the fact that I have a green screen, because behind us is only green. And tonight we are going to ride a virtual roller coaster. Let me get it in the right space. All right, you ready for this, Thomas? Here we go. Let's look down the camera. But we've got to kind of look down here to figure out what the hell's happening. Oh, it looks pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
We're having a pretty good time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what's happening? We're moving. If I do this too wrong, I'll fall off my chair. I'm going to hold on to the table. What the hell is happening? Where are we going? We're going up.
Going up.
Oh. We should really be around the other way, but then we can't see the screen. God damn it!
It's working.
It's working.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. Okay, I'll keep holding on. Well, thank you, Taylors, for this wonderful bottle of wine. It has been good fun. No, it's fine. We're fine. We're totally cool. We're not going anywhere. We're totally having a great time. This is going to be great fun. I don't think it's going to be a problem at all. It's going to be, oh my God, we're up so high. This is pretty boring, but then it's going to be really crazy. Of course we're going to do that.
God.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on Reactions Line tonight. I've been Adrian Davis.
And I am Thomas Dang.
We have been the people who do the things on the show tonight. I have no idea when the next show is going to be, but I tell you what, that was an absolute hell of a lot of fun. And I'm just going to, I don't even know how to do all the stuff that I need to do on the thing, because welcome to the Drunken State of Media. We will see you next time. Make sure you do subscribe, like, share, and support, and we'll see you next week. Next fortnight or sometime.
Till next time.
Take it easy. Ciao for now.
Peace out.
side note, we have two beautiful girls. That's our traditional girl, Penelope.
Traditional girl.
Well, she's the older girl, and this is our new little girl who we're seeing if gets along with Penelope. And this was Milkshake, now
Misty.
Misty. Look, she's a beautiful girl as well. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. We'll see you soon. All right, ciao. Bye.